RJ Mitte, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So Who's Driving Doug out in select theaters, video on demand, Friday, February 26th. So basically it's a young guy taking a road trip with some new friends trying to find himself and get away from his overbearing mother. Is that a fair analysis?
I mean, yeah, to a degree. I mean, it's definitely about someone that's finding himself, mostly finding his voice. I think his character really doesn't have a voice, and he needs to learn who he is and what he can do. And this is a journey of finding out what he can and can't do in his life.
And playing, a role like this, coming from your background, overcoming so much adversity and now being, an actor on television and a model and all this stuff, do you put more into roles like this? Do you take more of a pride with it versus, say, just a standard acting role, or does it have more of a special place?
Well, I think there's this fine line of when you're dealing with a role like this, putting yourself into it as much as you can, believable and to make it honest. I these roles are very important to have for you personally when you're learning and growing as an actor. And I was lucky to take on this role, and it was an interesting role for me because I don't have muscular dystrophy. The character that I played does have muscular dystrophy, and I learned a lot about it and learned about people that were creating this story, and it's loosely based on untrue events, which was really interesting because trying to portray an actual person, I was lucky enough to have a printout of what I was doing and who I was trying to portray because that's a real person. So I just did that to the best of my abilities and hoped for the best,
And now your mother, she's portrayed by actress, or your mother in the film, rather, Daphne Zuniga.
Yeah.
I can only see her as Princess Vespa. You know what I mean? You know what
Right.
I mean? She just played that role so well.
She was amazing, and we were very lucky with everyone that we cast because they fit their roles so well, and they were also awesome. It was also starring Ray William Johnson and Paloma Katawatsky, and what was really interesting and fun was we got to shoot in Los Angeles. Most projects don't get to shoot in LA. So
now with, how I associate Daphne still with Spaceballs, I mean, do people stop you on the street and call you Walt Jr. or Flynn instead of your real name?
It's going to happen. No matter what, it's when you have a character that does define you to a degree, you'll always have people that will relate more to that character. And that's awesome because it puts you in the market, and that's what you need if you're going to continue to work in this industry.
And now you've also appeared in numerous music videos, one for Hollywood Undead, Steel Panther, and one for Nothing But Thieves that just came out, If I Get High. Have you yourself ever had any lucid dreams that you can recall?
All the time. I'm an avid lucid dreamer. I love sleep. I'm a professional sleeper, man. So I've lucid dreamed. I've done it a few times, and I don't know how much you believe in astral travel, but I worked on that a few times, and it's interesting. It's definitely interesting when you realize you're dreaming. In the dream, and you're like, oh, this isn't real.
I've had a few moments like that myself where, for me, it's usually I'm being chased by something, but I become aware, oh, this is a dream. I'm cool, even if whatever is after me, whatever creation in my mind, I always go, oh, okay, it's no big deal. And then it becomes, I don't know, more of a, not fun, but less of a panic or a stress, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of it. I think when you realize you're like, oh, I can control this. This is my world. So it's like the Freddy Krueger when you realize it's like, oh, I have power here.
So you touched on astro travel. I'm unfamiliar with that. What is that, if you don't mind giving me kind of like a layman's explanation?
Yeah, astral travel is when it's somewhat of an outer body experience of your mind leaving like your area and your body, and you go in like you can see different parts of the world or see different people that were in your life.
So not just me sitting there being absent-minded, but actually rather being somewhere.
Yeah, being just not in your area, just somewhere else.
I'm gonna have to read into that, man. That sounds like that would be something fun to experience.
No, it is, and there's a big thing where people are like, oh, it's just fabrication of your mind, and it's not real. Or there's a lot of people that believe it, and I think either way, it's an interesting experience to have.
I can't wait till, down the road, however many years it is, scientists or people or philosophers, we can unlock the full potential, of the human mind and then see what we're truly capable of as beings on planet Earth.
Right, me too. But what's interesting that you said that is that this movie, Who's Driving Doug, is somewhat to a degree like that. Because when we go on journeys, we unlock parts of ourselves that we did not know that we had. This character that I play in Who's Driving Doug, being confined to a chair and just the way of life he has, he doesn't realize the power of his mind. He doesn't realize the power that he has inside him until this journey happens. And it forces him to evolve. And I think we all eventually either evolve naturally or we are forced by an event that makes us do something that we're not necessarily comfortable with, but we need to learn about ourselves. And I think that that's all very relatable to everyone in this world.
I like it, man. Bringing it full circle. Again, on the phone, actor RJ Mitte, Who's Driving Doug, out in select theaters and video on demand on Friday, February 26th. And RJ, again, thank you so much for taking the time, calling in and chatting with us today, brother.
Nah, pleasure's on mine. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
To you as well.